Hi there, this is Scott Nicholson, the LIS Program Director, and this is my mid-semester update for Spring 2008. Now, you're going to have some choices coming up shortly. The enrollment for Summer 2008 opens up shortly, and the enrollment for Fall 2008 will open up in early April. So what I wanted to do is go through, look at the classes that are coming up, and give you some suggestions for courses you may not have thought about taking. Now, I'm only going to focus on the electives here. I'm assuming if you're still taking your core classes, you know what you're doing. And so first I'll talk a little bit about the summer. Now in the summer, the first thing is Maymesters. These are courses offered as 1 week during May. I'm teaching a class on gaming in libraries. Now for those of you that think that this might just be a fun class, then you shouldn't take it. We're going to work hard in this class, and in fact by the end of it you're actually going to be running a program in a library for actual patrons and assessing that program. Later on in the summer there are some other classes. There are some weekend-long classes, some one-credit classes you may want to consider. Grant writing and fund development will be offered as a weekend class, as will Second Life and Librarianship, and vendor negotiation and licensing for electronic resources. Those are all different interesting options, things that would be useful for you if you're heading out to libraries, and those are all offered just for one weekend. There's a few one-week classes being offered in July. The Archives class taught by Ken Lavender will be put up, as well as youth services in libraries and information centers, if that's something you have some interest in. Now, also, there are some online summer classes you may be interested in. So these are classes that run for 2 months over the course of the summer. We have a 553 Information Architecture for Internet Services. That's one that a lot of LIS students take. A new course we're trying based upon your requests, IST600, New Directions in Public Librarianship. That'll be a 2-month summer class. And 645, Managing Information Systems Projects. That's a useful class for most students heading out into libraries. Also, there will be 3 classes available for the digital library curriculum if you're interested in that. All 3 of those core classes in digital libraries are available this summer. 677 will be offered as a 1-week class, as well as 6759, so that's the creating and managing digital assets, and the capstone will be offered as a 1-week class, and as an online class all summer, digital libraries, 676 will be offered. Now, there's other choices as well, but I'm just pointing you to a few of them that caught my eye. And don't forget to take a look at those WISE offerings. In the fall, we've got a number of electives you might consider, and so some of the more technical ones, 553, Information Architecture for Internet Services, or 565, the Data Mining class. That's something that a lot of people find useful, especially if you're going to be doing assessment and working with a lot of library data. Something you might not have thought about is 619, Applied Economics for Information Managers. Having a basic understanding of economics and how they work could be very useful to you in your field. 641 is going to be a campus class, Behavior of Information Users. This is going to be a more conceptual look at information users and how they act. It's taught by Mike Nyland. That's one of his things he's well known for. But that's going to be a campus class. All these are campus classes so far. 645 is Managing Information Systems Projects, another one you might want to consider, a project management class. 649 is Human Interaction with Computers. Now this is going to be more of a computer science type look at this, but if you're going to be going into the systems area, you might find this to be a useful class, looking at how people interact with systems. 659 is the Database Administration Concepts and Database Management. That's a popular class for library folks. It's all about how databases work, and not just databases as a search tool, but actually how to make a database, how to create a database from scratch, how to understand how databases work. If you're going into library systems, this would be a useful class to consider. 662 is a new class on the books, again based upon your requests. Megan Oakleaf will be teaching instructional strategies and techniques for information professionals. So this will be great for any of you going into a reference area or another area where you're going to be doing a lot of instruction. Now let's talk about the online offerings for spring, for whichever semester it happens to be, for fall of 2008. Some of them are, you've got 553 again, Information Architecture. Again, that's a popular class. 558 is one you might want to consider if you're going into library systems, technologies in web content management. So that's like content management systems are a way of creating websites, and many libraries are using them nowadays. Jill Hurst will be teaching her Second Life and Librarianship course again. That'll be a shorter course, a 1-credit course. Barbara Kwasnick, again, this is a request from you. Cataloging of information resources. So if you're looking for the cataloging class, it will be offered in the fall as an online class, so everyone out there can take it. Another class you might want to consider, and one that you requested, is the Legal Information Resources and Services. This is IST600, and this is going to be taught by one of our grads who is a law librarian. We haven't taught it in a while, but you asked for it, so we got it on the books, coming this fall. Another one coming this fall, again through your request, is collection development. So collection development and access, IST635, that's going to be taught by another one of our grads who works down in Cornell. And so it'll be an online class being taught this fall. 645 is offered again, Managing Information Systems Projects, as is 659, the Database Administration class. Both of these are classes that are taught out of the IM program, but they're ones that you may find useful if you're going to be going into a library systems area. And Jen Chen will be teaching her metadata class. This is one of her areas, something that she's known for. That's IST 681. In the fall, 2 out of the 3 digital libraries courses will be taught. 676 will be taught in a couple of different forms, make that available to you. And we'll have 759, the capstone for the digital libraries class. There's one thing I want to tell you before I let you go, and that is about our core classes. Now, up to this point, you've heard us say that you could take your core classes in the summer. This summer, we are going to offer the core classes again. But in the future, we won't guarantee that you're going to have access to all of the LIS core classes every summer. We want to encourage you to take those classes in the full semester. Now, let me go through each one. 511 will continue to be offered in the summer for distance students as the on-campus class, and then in the fall for our local students. We'll be offering 605 very heavily as a fall class. We'll offer 613 as a spring class. 616, the cataloging course, will be offered both semesters. But don't expect to see them on the summer schedules from summer 09 and beyond. But that about wraps it up for this semester update. We've got a new dean. Hooray! We're going through ALA accreditation. Hooray! And so you may get a call from us in October finding some way to participate with the visitors when they come. We're going to try and have a time for local students to visit as well as a time for online students to visit with the accrediting team in October. Hopefully everything will go well with that, and we'll continue to be accredited and be able to help you become the librarians of the future. Yay! Bye-bye.